Okay, today I'm going to show you what I'm trying to sell on eBay here. These light bars are an older generation and they work perfectly fine, but I've had a lot of requests as to name brand and what wiring they have, how everything works. So I'm going to show how to take it apart and how to put it together, how to replace bulbs. I'm going to try and do it quite quickly. These things are quite dirty, but they work pretty well, even though they're an older generation. So right now I'm just showing you some of the exterior. These are the mounts, trailer mounts, rooftop mounts. Of course, those can be taken off and you can put these anywhere you want. There's the external wires coming out. There's the other mount. I believe, now don't quote me because I've got it written down somewhere, but the light bar itself is about 48 inches long, and with the brackets, they're 51 inches long. Let's take another look at that wiring. Now, the wiring's kind of funny, but I'll show you how it works. You got a red, white, and a black. And I'll show you here how it works. Now these lenses come off like building blocks. They only go on one way and they only come off one way. This end is the wrong end to start with, and it's kind of hard to tell which end to start, but I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. I'll start taking these. This is the end. This is the first end that'll have to come off. All right, now that I have this thing set up so we can see it, now I got a kind of a star socket on here, but I don't think all of these screws are star. It's no big deal. They're easy to get off. And like I said, if you start at this end, well, you'll see why you have to start at the correct end here as soon as I get one of these off. Okay, now they don't just pop off, they're on pretty tight. So I usually have to get a screwdriver, and I try not to damage it, but it is not as easy as it looks. I'm sure they have some other tools for this, but this seems to work. I'm not talking about serious damage, just damage to, just, you can see dents in here from me taking it off and that kind of stuff. Okay, there we go. Now if you'll notice, there's a groove on here all the way around. And the groove, let's see if I got this in the picture here. Okay, you'll notice the groove here. This groove fits inside of this groove, and it only comes off one way. If you started at the other end, you'd be trying to take this off on top of this groove. Well, you get the idea. So there's that part of it. Then you have these little bulbs here, which are about, if I remember right, they're about $4 or $5 a piece. They're not too bad. They're like 55 watts, each one of these bulbs. They're pretty bright for the size they are. You can see these are old, and if you took a cloth and cleaned them up a little, the insides and the outsides need to be cleaned, that's for damn sure. But if you took a cloth and cleaned them up a little, they'll work better. So anyway, that's how that kind of works. And this spins on a motor along with 1, 2, 3, 4 others. And this is the way they all did it 20 years ago or more. There's nothing wrong with these. They work fine, except there's just more mechanical parts, which means they break down easier. But these have lasted all this time, so I don't see why we're going to have a problem. Okay, the next thing is I've been having questions about who makes these. Now, if you'll notice, I'll take this camera off here and we'll try and get you a good picture of this. You'll notice inside there's a tag. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it says Tech, University Park, Illinois. Gives a zip code, and it gives a part number, and it gives a Series A, 12 volt. Now, if there's any other numbers in here or any other names, I just don't remember seeing any on any of them other than that one tag right there. And there's a tag on the outside. I don't want to damage that lens, that bulb, so I'm going to put this on top for a second. Okay, just for a second. And I'm going to show you this tag on the other side here, on the bottom. This tag says, warning, safe operation, blah, 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 of this equipment depends on proper installation and use. Follow all product instructions. If you need the instructions for this product, contact your local Federal Signal representative, service center, or Federal Signal Corporation in University Park, Illinois. And it gives an 800 number there, if you'll notice. Now, that's the same address as that tag that said Tech on it. So I'm under the belief that this is a Signal Corps, a Federal Signal Corporation product, which is probably amongst the best in the world. Okay, I'm going to get back to hooking this up now, okay? Let me set this thing back up. I'll be right with you. Okay, we're back at it. Let me take this top back off. Fits pretty snugly, so once again I got to do this here. It is loose, but it's not that loose. Okay. Okay, I'm going to hook up the wiring now. Son. Okay, let's get that off there. Okay. Now, like I said, each one of these come off in this order. So you can inspect the whole thing or clean it up if you need to. Okay, that's a 12-volt battery charger. As you can see, I'm going to get this a little closer. Okay. Okay. Now let's see here what we got. Okay, bear with me. I believe the black is a ground, but I am not positive. Okay, and I'm going to go with the white one first. You know, there we go. Okay. Okay, there's the white one. The white one is hooked separately from all of them, all the rest. It's the center one. You will notice it goes faster. Well, you don't notice that yet. But this one goes faster than the outside ones. I'm going to disconnect that. The white one does the center, which means the red one will do the outside ones. Okay, they're going quite slow compared to that center one. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, if I disconnect this, and if I hook both of them together, the white and the red, and run them all at the same time, they do just fine. They run about the same speed. So let's take a look here. I'm going to cut my lights out, give you an idea a little better, and you can see how that one works. Those are kind of mirrors which give it a good flash. If I come down, they get a little brighter. Of course, that's where you're going to see them from road level. Okay, so now we've seen how this works. Let me put this back. Okay, right there. Okay, I'm going to wrap this thing back up for you real quick. The dog has just accompanied me. Now remember what I told you about these edges. They do fit right in. They slide in. And that probably helps on the water and all that kind of stuff. So you got to figure out which end to start from. And I wish I had an answer, but I don't. An answer as to tell you how to tell which side to start, but you'll figure it out. Kind of a trial and error. Okay. They're fairly simple to get off though, and they come off. Once they start coming off, they come off quickly. Makes it easy to replace bulbs and clean stuff. And the thing's ready to go. Once again, you have the, what did I say? The black wire was ground. While we were doing this, I should have tested the bottom here to see if the body itself is ground. And I got a feeling it is, but I've never tested that. So you might want to keep that in mind. You might not even have to use this black wire. What did I say? The white was the center. Yep. And the red was the outside. And together, they'll run them all. And it draws quite a few amps. Not quite sure what else to tell you, but I think we figured out they are Federal Signal Corporation lights, or at least the parent company of who makes them. I've looked up tech and I can't find it online, so this would be the first one, the first YouTube you'll see with these. Maybe not, maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. But so there you go. Maybe some of these motors need a little bit of grease or oil. I don't know. They could probably be quieted up a little. And I've got several of these. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them if I can. Which I probably can't, but I'll try. Okay, that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching.